My name is Kim Arthur. I'm an insurance advisor, and today I want to speak to you about budgeting and personal finances. One of the things, it's very important for us to budget before we make any financial decision. Have you ever called somebody for an estimate to do something, and the first thing they said to you, "What is your budget?" And you don't have any idea what your budget is. You never thought about how much you would spend or um, put aside money for that purpose. So you're usually lost, feeling lost. That happened to me many times. When somebody asks me, all I want them to do is give me an estimate, give me a price, so I will have an idea to know if I have the money. But it's very important to budget. So when we look at our finances, we usually wonder, how are we going to get something? How are we going to buy something? If we have an emergency, what's going to happen? And so we work, we spend money on so many things, and we don't budget. So budgeting is very important. The main question we usually ask ourselves, where did my money go? Have you ever gone to the store and you plan to buy a certain amount of things? Like, you plan to buy, let's say you went into the store and you actually just went for one item. You went to the supermarket to buy something, and you intended to buy one item, not 10 items, not 4 items, only one item. And as a result, you end up come out of that store with that intention of spending maybe $20, but you end up spending at the end of the day $100 or more. And you're asking yourself, where did my money go? You felt like your money just slipped through your fingers just like that. You're looking at the things that you're buying, you're wondering, where did the money go? What happened? No matter how hard you try to not buy extra or buy excessively or impulsively, it's always happened. And so you're not alone in this situation. We all been there, done that, especially us as ladies. We just spend money. We don't even count the money, what we're spending. We just spend what we have and what we don't have. So what we don't have is the one that's our credit card expense, that we put expense on our credit card, spending money that is not ours. And so our expense increase. So it's very important for us to create a budget. It is a powerful tool, a very powerful tool, creating a budget. So you need to take the time to create a budget, to take control of your financial situation. And it's also help you to track your income, track your expenses, and identify areas for saving and achieve your financial goal. So if you have a financial goal that you need to spend money on something that you want to buy in the future, you have a plan to buy maybe a piece of land, or you want to travel, some important thing that you want to do, you want to budget your finances, tracking your finances. So why budgeting is important? It is very important. It reduces stress, gives you a peace of mind, which is very important to have a peace of mind, because when we don't have money, we don't have a peace of mind. When we're in debt and we're struggling, we do not have a peace of mind. We end up being stressed out. We end up with mental problems, depression, anxiety, the fear of what's happening today, the fear of our finances, the fear because we did not take the time to budget and follow the budget. So what are the things that it will definitely do when you take the time to write down and list all of your expenses with your income? You will have an idea what direction you're going and how to conserve, how to save your money. So it reduces stress, and it helps you to know exactly where your finances, where your money is going, where to allocate your money in your financial decision. It also helps you to increase savings. We need savings. Savings are important for emergencies, to plan for risk management. So not having a savings, we're putting ourselves at a risk of living in financial hardship. That could be, for example, if somebody lost their job and you don't have a plan, you didn't budget, you didn't save, you get sick and not able to work. Because even if you have insurance, sometimes, most of the time, your insurance may cover a certain amount of your income. It may replace a certain amount of your income. You may have long-term or short-term benefit at work, and that does replace a certain amount of your income. Also, if you're pregnant, have to be on maternity leave, your income is slashed to 65%, that you may get. If you're working, unemployment insurance will pay you a partial amount of your income. So you want to save for these type of situation, especially if you're a woman. You want to save, because a baby's coming, you have to budget for that baby. You got to budget for all of your children. So what parents need to do is sit down and budget for all of their children. Sit down and write out a budget individually for everybody in the household, and then have also a household budget that shows what are their expenses, how much it costs, especially when you're going for child support payment. You want to have a budget for the very child, not just telling the judge that this is what you do, but you have an actual budget, how much you spend on that child, so that the money that they're giving makes sense, that the money that you're getting from the court will make sense. So budgeting helps you to prioritize your spending and allocate funds towards savings. It also helps you to achieve financial goals, whether buying a house, whether buying a new vehicle, paying off your debt, or saving for retirement, which is important. Many people are not thinking about retirement. There's a percentage of people that are thinking of retirement. If you're in your 40s, you only have about another 20 something years to save for your retirement. So retirement, you might say, I'm 20, so I'm not going to retire now. But if you start planning and saving your money and thinking of retirement, you can budget, put something aside. It can help you stay on track, because when you're young, you're in your strength, you can make money. But when you're older, you cannot make money, you cannot work. Money have to come from somewhere. Money do come from the government, but it's a small amount, and that cannot sustain you. So you have to think about your financial sustainability for your future. Your future is very important. The older you are, the more money you need. So it's also, budgeting also helps you to prevent overspending. You can avoid impulse purchases like myself, and stay within your means by tracking your expense. If you're not budgeting and you're just spending and you're not looking at where your money is going, you're putting yourself in a financial hardship. Difficult times will come financially. You have to either beg somebody, borrow from somebody, and living that sort of lifestyle, because you're being irresponsible by not tracking your finances and not staying within your means and not staying on track of your finances and paying attention. So that's a part of our lives that we do not pay attention to. So the next, we're going to look at the steps to creating a budget. So one of the things that you need to do, like I said, is track your income. So if you are making $100,000 a year, $40,000 a year, 45, 65, 70, whatever you're making, you need to write your income down and any other income source that are coming from anywhere else. So you list all of your sources of income, including your salary, investments, and side hustles. So if you have a side hustle, like myself, I'm an insurance advisor, but I do have 2 other side hustle where I do my Kim Island cakes, and Bosom Buddy herbal wine and beverages that I do on the side. So if you have a side hustle, you need to track your finances and have a budget. Make sure that you follow. So you list all of your income. The next you need to do is tracking of your expenses. So you need to keep a detailed record of all of your expenses, both fixed, like your rent, which is fixed, your mortgage, which is a fixed expense, and your utilities, which are your variable expense, your subscription, your groceries, and entertainment use, budgeting to track all of these expenses. You can also use a budgeting app from your bank. Most bank does have a budgeting app. You can also use whatever budgeting app that are out there. Also, you calculate. So what you do, you calculate your net income, subtract your total expenses from your total income. So all of the expense you subtract, it will tells you how much money you have left over for saving, how much money that you have on hand, how much money if you need to buy something else or improve, maybe do home improvement, so on and so forth. So you calculate your net. The next thing that you need to do is set financial goals. It's very important to set financial goals. If you're not setting financial goals, you're just living in the wind. So your money will just blow with you along the way. They said the fool and the money will soon be depart. So you'll be the fool and the money soon depart from you because you didn't have a goal, you didn't track it, you just live and spend. Whatever happens to you. We got to be responsible. So you set goals, determine what you want to achieve with your budget, whether it's saving for a down payment on a home, on a car, you want to buy a house, a piece of land, pay off all your debts or your credit cards payment. Most people don't want to plan budget to pay off their credit card payment. They rather just let their credit card go be delinquent, owing money, messing up their credit rating. And so you want to save, also set goals for emergency. So building an emergency fund, it's a risk management fund that protects you, especially if you are a single person. You want to be protected. There's no other income coming anywhere. You don't have a partner to bail you. You don't have anybody to bail you. Be responsible, be accountable to your finances, to yourself, and take the time to save for emergency. Emergencies could be so many things. Maybe you don't have a dental plan. That could be an emergency. A family emergency arises, somebody died, you have to travel. Another emergency could be that you also face with life happens. You lose your job or you got sick, you have to be out of work for a while. So you want to save for emergencies. So if you lose your job or you got laid off or slow down, you lose maybe hours from work, that is also an emergency. You want to save and budget for that emergency. Creating a budget plan. So you allocate your net income towards your financial goals and essential expenses. Be realistic and ensure that your budget aligns with your lifestyle. Don't live out of your lifestyle. Stay within your lane. The next you want to do is to ensure that you review, make adjustment to your budget as you go along the way. You review your progress, you track your progress, and make the necessary adjustments that you need to make. So the next thing that you want to do, I just want to tell you tips for successful budgeting. Be realistic about budgeting. Budgeting exactly what are your expenses. You look at your assets and line up with your liabilities. So your liabilities are your expense, your assets are the things that you own, and the things that bring you money, your investment. So you look at your investment, you look Your investment is your asset. So these are your investments. Investment are money that you save, and money that is saved or money that is put aside for future use. For example, an investment also is your insurance policies. Those are investments and asset that is placed for future use. So be realistic, set achievable goals, and avoid unrealistic expectation. You don't, you stay within the guidelines. Be flexible. Life happens. So be prepared to adjust your budget as you need it. Automotive savings through the bank. You can have set up for your RRSPs or your RESPs for your children. You can also set up with your bank to take money to also save for you. And every bank account have those features that you can set up. Set up automated transfer to your savings account to make savings habits. So you don't do it, the bank automatically do it for you. Find ways to save. Look for opportunity to reduce expenses, such as cutting back on unnecessary spending, such as your subscriptions, movie subscriptions, your Amazon subscription, your Netflix, your also the other subscription that you're paying, even you like YouTube Music and all of these subscription that cost making your life difficult, increasing your expense. Those money can go towards saving for your emergency. The next thing that you want to do is seek for professional advice. If you're struggling with your finances, consider to consult an advisor, a financial advisor that will help you to scale through. The next you want to do in creating your budget is look at your finances, look at your position, your family position, where your family's position. So we come to the end of this part of this video about personal finances and budgeting. So budgeting is a valuable tool to control your finances and achieve your financial goal. Follow these steps and you can create a budget that works for you, improve it, and your overall economic well-being will be on track. You'll know what's happening. Most of us don't know what's happening. That is why we are saying that we don't have money. We're struggling because we're not budgeting. It doesn't matter how you can be a student, a professional, you can budget. So start budgeting today and take the first step towards budgeting. My name is Kim Arthur. If you need any information from me, you can contact me at 647-861-9427. I am a insurance advisor. I can help you. If you want me to help you with building a budget, you can contact me. Have an awesome day. We'll see you again until we meet again.